it's like almost stranger and more beautiful than fiction.
There's so much drama in the script that you're like, this can't be real. On page 1, I laughed out loud twice, and on page 2, I had tears.
It is a heartfelt movie in such a different way than you've ever seen before.
At the heart of it, it was a story about healing, how helping other people is often how we heal ourselves.
That just brings a lot of hope and goodness to your heart.
So you guys are responsible for I Can Only Imagine, Jesus Revolution, and now we have Ordinary Angels. Where is this scoring in relation and comparison?
Well, you know, what's beautiful about Ordinary Angels, so if you take Jesus Revolution, for example, so here's a film that showcased the power of the gospel, true story of a spiritual awakening, the spark and the birth of a spiritual awakening, and how the moment that Jesus comes into people's hearts, how that can transform lives. This is a true life story, as our films tend to be, true life stories, about how this community, how this church rallied together to save the life of this little girl who was in desperate need of an organ transplant.
Something about that little girl, she's just 5 and she already needs a liver transplant.
Showcasing what can happen when a church comes together and rallies together. And we want to see examples of the gospel in action.
Well, I say you have the church at the center of this story, but you also have the character that Hilary Swank plays, who I absolutely love.
Hi, Sharon, remember me?
Yes, ma'am.
So she's gonna help out if you're not awake.
I met this woman. She's a mess.
Because she is not a woman of perfection, but she does do some amazing work. Tell me about that particular real-life woman.
Oh my goodness, Sharon Stevens is incredible.
I'm just a ticked-off hairdresser with a splitting headache. I'm good at plenty of things. Taking no for an answer ain't one of them.
We embark on journeys where it gets so difficult, it gets so hard, that we say, you know what, I think I'm done. I'm gonna quit, I give up. This is too hard, there's too many obstacles. This is God telling me, I don't think I should be doing this. And sometimes we use that as a crutch and as an easy way out. Sharon is the type of person that didn't necessarily like to take no for an answer.
We don't need to be running around worried about money and bills right now. I just want to be with my family.
Life's about saying yes and then figuring out how.
Even the character of the dad, in light of what he goes through, I mean, he suffers loss. He loses his wife. Here he is on the verge now of losing his daughter. And I think one of the lines in the film that stood out to me was, well, that same prayer list that was praying for my wife, well, now my daughter's on that prayer list and they're praying for her. Well, I lost my wife. I think we all can identify with that kind of, what's up, God?
Yeah, how many times have we been in, I know for me especially, it comes out in small groups and in our Bible studies, where people are really struggling through certain events in their life, whether they're health related, job related, you know, and it comes up where it's like, look, man, I pray, my faith is teetering.
I'm not comfortable with this. I'm her father. I'm supposed to be the one taking care of her.
You're gonna have to get comfortable being uncomfortable because this ain't about you, it's about your little girl.
I love that about this film, where that gives that example in a way that we can all relate to, you know, and the power of not giving up in that moment when it was so easy to be able to give up, but we should continue to be faithful to God and not necessarily question what God's motives are in that moment, even though they didn't work out specifically for us in the previous situation.
Don't lose your faith over this.
What are you hoping people will do and churches will do when this is released?
Yeah, I'm hoping, and we're seeing some of this, churches getting activated where pastors are going, you know, I need an example. I need something to be able to show to my congregation, to show them the heartbeat of their faith in Jesus in action. How can we do that? It's one thing to say the prayer, okay, well, I'm a Christian now, I'm going to church every Sunday. What can we do to make an impact and make a difference in the lives of our community? And that's our hope, is to be able to put our beliefs in Christ in action. But where does that start? And give an example of where it starts.
I want you to know something. You're not just worthy, Sharon. You're a miracle.